I'm Heather.
I'm Nate.
And this is Lacey. We're going to Huntington Beach. And we're staying at the Hilton Waterfront Beach Resort right across from the beach.
We did a video on that. You can watch it next.
As soon as we got there, we headed right for the beach. And it looked like the coyotes were allowed on the beach, but the dogs were not.
The coyotes were allowed to be there, but aren't they a kind of dog?
That's okay. It was a little warm anyway, so we had Lacey in the backpack ready to explore.
We were already hungry when we got there, so we headed on down the boardwalk to see what we could find.
These were fun surfboard racks.
Whether you needed to tie up your board or your bike or both, they had enough racks for everybody. Lacey checked out each one and made sure to get some photos. She was thinking that if she was a lifeguard, she'd be able to just tie it on top of her truck.
We just kept walking along, admiring all things that were Huntington Beach.
Everything's different at the beach, even the police cars.
The beach was huge here, and it had lots of restaurants for you to admire their views.
As Cheesy Chubs rose, we were wondering what the heck cheese strips are.
Unfortunately, we didn't stop to find out. I was looking for seafood, so we kept moving.
I'm always up to see more food.
They were having the U.S. Open of Surfing event this weekend, and everybody was ready.
We made a video about that. You will want to watch those waves next.
We decided to eat lunch at Sandy's. We had been there once before, and we knew we liked it, and they had a great dog menu.
Lacey loves a menu with a doggy dish, so she ate some chicken while we admired the views.
We all scarfed down our lunch before heading out to do some more exploring.
It was a big beach, and we had a lot to see before the day was over.
We decided to check out the pier. I was surprised to see they had gift shops on the pier.
I could see getting out here and needing a sweater once you feel that cold wind.
And we took in some more of those gorgeous beach views.
And it wouldn't be Huntington without a couple oil platforms out in the distance.
We were having fun exploring the pier, but the wind was picking up and it was getting chilly.
The farther out on the pier we got, the windier it was, so we decided to turn back around and head towards the beach.
We even saw a lifeguard rescue, I think. I'm not sure what was happening, but they were sure yelling at those people for swimming there.
It didn't look that deep and the waves didn't look that big, so I don't know if they were just in the wrong spot or what.
As we walked along the pier, taking in all the sights, we really wanted to walk to the end of the pier. Unfortunately, that wind was picking up and we were getting really cold.
And Lacey's ears were about to fly off of her head.
It was fun to watch all the flags flying in all that wind.
It would have been a crazy day for a kite.
We decided to save the end of the pier for another day, and we started to head back towards the hotel.
It looked like they'd set up a police escort just for us.
And on our way back, we ran into this place. It's called Pacific City. I'm not sure if it's a mall or what, but there were shops and lots of restaurants. Anything you wanted to eat, you could find here.
We were still full from lunch, so we just admired the artwork and action in the mall.
We couldn't stay long. We had to hurry back to the hotel. We had plans to go out that night.
It was date night in the OC.
Those are some interesting statues we passed along the way.
We were heading to the Irvine Spectrum Center to see a comedy show at the Irvine Improv.
Heather McDonald was doing a show, and we got to do a meet and greet afterwards, and we even got to take a photo with her. Unfortunately, Lacey couldn't go, so we left her in the car. We tried to console her after.
It took a lot of treats, but eventually she got over it.
We made it up to her the next day by getting up early and heading straight to the beach.
Lacey met one of the locals, Bella, who gave her a bunch of great tips about places to go in Huntington.
Everybody was out enjoying this great beach morning. Izzy told Lacey that all the dogs were out early in the morning here.
He said it is the best way for the dogs to have free reign of the town before there's so many people that it makes them dizzy.
We found ourselves wandering up towards the pier. They were having the U.S. Open of Surfing, and we were going to watch it.
Don't forget to watch the video we made about that.
We decided to finally explore the end of the pier. Oh my gosh, this is where everybody comes to fish. So I wonder if this is where all the restaurants get all their great fresh fish.
It looked like these guys might be taking the best catches home for themselves. I think Lacey was getting a little jealous.
It was interesting to see how everybody just leaves their pole and waits for the fish to bite.
Seems a little lazy, but not a bad way to spend your day. Sit around admiring the views, waiting for a fish to bite, and eventually you clean them up and head on home.
There was a guy in the water taking pictures of the surfers. This was the north side of the pier. The south side had the competition going on, and Lacey thought they were much better over there.
The morning clouds were burning off, and Lacey was starting to get a little hot. She tapped me on the shoulder and said she needed to get out of the sun, so we headed on in to look for something to cover her head.
And while we were wandering, we saw this. They have oil rigs just pumping oil right next to the residential houses here. That's just crazy.
The city is changing fast, but plenty of its oil-rich history is still around.
Lacey said enough sightseeing, find me something to keep me cool. Soon enough, we found her a hat, and she was looking like the coolest dog on the beach.
Now that she was protected from the sun, Lacey was ready to get back out there.
We made our way back towards the pier so we could watch some more surfing. It was getting crowded, so we decided to stop for a bite to eat at our favorite restaurant.
Sandy's has great food for dogs and their owners.
The views never disappoint, and the food is so good you'll have to take a nap afterwards. The sun was setting, and when we tried to get Lacey to go out for the evening, she tried to tell us she was too tired.
She'd had a big day.
We finally got her to go out with us, and she was happy she did because there were more sights to see at night. This is that Pacific City Mall area. They've got so many restaurants in here. You can have all the food you could ever want. Lacey was hoping we would stop for another dinner for her.
Even half asleep, she could smell what they were cooking around here.
We told her we had to keep moving. We wanted to go check out the pier at night.
She was more interested in the big lawn down below that all the dogs were sniffing, but she finally perked up when she met Luna.
Oh my gosh, she loved Luna. This was so cute. These two talked forever.
They had both spent the day at the surf competition and had to compare some notes.
The evening wore down as it got late into the night, and Huntington Beach started to go to sleep.
Surf City emptied out so all the surfers could get their rest and come back early tomorrow morning.
It was funny though, they still had the big TV monitors on. We started the slow walk back to our hotel, still trying to take in as many sights as we could. I love wandering around at night. There's so many less people. Everyone's already gone to bed.
Lacey loves it too. She feels like she owns the streets and can take her time sniffing it all out.
I couldn't believe how empty it was when during the day, thousands of people flock here.
But late at night, Lacey was the only visitor.
Well, that's sure a different sight than you see during the day. There were so many people in these crosswalks today, and now they're just empty. Without all the people around, we were able to notice a few more things.
You can't come to Huntington without checking out the Surfers Hall of Fame.
I thought this was really cool. It looks like all the surfers write something and then put their prints in the cement.
Positive messages from past champions to the future ones.
It was fun to read all their inspirational sayings.
Surfers just see the world from a different direction.
And all of this decorated the ground below what appeared to be this godlike surfer statue.
It's a statue of Duke Kahanamoku, who brought surfing from Hawaii and spread it around the world, including here in Southern California.
Huntington Beach really takes their surfing seriously.
You couldn't ask for a much better place to surf, with a giant beach and waves crashing in every day.
Lacey tried to tell us she'd be in the Surfer Hall of Fame if we'd just give her a surfboard.
She also wants to spread dog surfing around the world like Duke did.
We made our way back along Pacific Beach Highway, taking in all the lights that illuminate Huntington Beach at night.
It was a beautiful walk, and we passed every kind of restaurant. They smelled so good.
Lacey just wanted to get back and go to sleep so she could start dreaming of all the friends she'd made today. And after a good night's sleep, we were all rested and ready to go exploring again in the morning.
Lacey woke up fresh and ready with some new inspiration.
We thought we had seen so much yesterday and seen it all, but there was still so much to see. Huntington Beach has some really fun art to look at.
Their public spaces were covered in art, and it's well established how popular their lifeguards are.
We found ourselves wandering all the way back to the pier where the surf championships were going on. And in between sets, we could look over to the other side, and there were lots of people surfing this morning.
I guess after watching the pros surfing, it's hard not to want to go chase your own wave.
Wow, he sure kept that going a long time. There were so many people on the north side. I think it's because the competition was going on the south side.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see some of these surfers in the competition next year.
And it definitely seemed like a free-for-all over here.
Yeah, I think you had to watch out above, below, and to each side if you wanted to stay safe in this water.
Phew, I get exhausted just watching them surf. Soon enough, it was time to start making our way back.
Lacey was a mixture of jealous and tired, but either way, she was ready to head back.
We took in all the last sights we could of the beautiful Huntington Beach.
Lacey wandered through looking for a mosaic of her in all these tiles before she found her groove on a rocking bench.
Thanks for going to Huntington Beach with us.